Well, hello YouTube. How's it going? Happy 2012. I have a DVD update for you today. I got a few new movies. Some of them are new releases, and some of them are not. Some of them are good, and some of them are really bad. The first one, Super 8. I enjoyed this movie a lot. This was a pretty good movie, I thought. I don't have any complaints about that one. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. More recently, I did get that one last year, I think. Perhaps November, December, I got it. More recently, somebody gave me a gift certificate on Amazon, and since I'd just seen Mission Impossible 4, I got the Mission Impossible trilogy on Blu-ray, which has 1, 2, and 3. And just the other week, I happened to watch 2 and 3 again. I'd seen 1 a bunch of times. And I really had forgotten how bad Mission Impossible 2 is. It is really bad, and surprisingly, for a long time in my mind, I had actually confused Mission Impossible 2 with Charlie's Angels for some reason. Maybe they make fun of it in Charlie's Angels, I don't know, but for some reason, to me, they were the same movie in my mind. Anyways, Mission Impossible 2 is not a good movie. The whole thing is in slow motion. But, it's nice just to have the trilogy. Mission Impossible 3 is a lot better. It's made by J.J. Abrams, who also made Super 8. If you didn't know that, you probably knew that. What else have I got? I also, last year, in the end of the year, got Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was surprisingly good. I had absolutely no expectations when I went to see this movie. Or rather, I didn't see this movie, I just bought it. And I had no expectations. I thought it was going to be pretty bad, actually. But it ended up being surprisingly good. This is a really good movie. It's really good. It's one of the best Planet of the Apes movies there is. You become very emotionally attached to the ape characters. The human characters, less so. The human characters, their story is actually the less good part of the movie. But the movie's really good. Check that out. This movie, I also got for some reason, and this movie is terrible. Cowboys and Aliens. It's like almost cool a bunch of times, but it's just not good. I don't know what else to say about it. I wish that I hadn't bought it, actually. Everything so far has been on Blu-ray. Most everything else is on Blu-ray, too. I used to own this movie on DVD, but as it happens with my very large DVD collection these days, is that I suddenly start noticing that some DVDs have just disappeared. And I want to know why that happens. I think that perhaps some people come over to my house, friends of mine, who see that I have this giant collection of DVDs and think to themselves, there's so many here that he won't notice if one of them is missing. Which is true, sometimes. I don't notice when a lot of them are missing. And then suddenly I go to look for it, and they're missing. But that's okay. This time, Dr. Zhivago is one of these movies. And I have had this movie, it was one of the first DVDs that I got it back, so I know that I have it. But I got it on Blu-ray, and it comes with this really nice box that has like this sort of book like inlaid into the case. And what's also really nice is that for the first time ever, the movie is all on one disc. It's a really long movie, so, before when it was on DVD, you had to take the DVD out and switch it. When it was on VHS before that, you probably had to do that like 3 or 4 times. But I'm pretty pleased with this, and I'm looking forward to watching this. This is one of my favorite movies, and was definitely, one of the movies that makes me, want to make my own movies. Supposedly, they retransferred from the original negative into a 4K transfer, and so the quality of this is supposed to be really good. So I'm looking forward to watching that when I have some rainy 4-hour day where I have nothing else to do to watch it again. I also got on Blu-ray The Bridge on the River Kwai, also by David Lean, who made Dr. Zhivago. And this also comes in a similar box with the inlay in the middle, and this also is supposed to have some really good new transfer. So I'm also looking forward to watching this. David Lean is one of my favorite directors. I definitely really enjoy David Lean's movies. I do have Lawrence of Arabia already on DVD, but seeing these really awesome Blu-ray box sets makes me want to get Lawrence of Arabia on Blu-ray also. But I don't want to do that because I already have it. Which brings me to another point, actually. Blah, 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 point. Sometimes I'm conflicted as to whether I should start rebuying DVDs that I have on Blu-ray again. In the case of these, where they have retransferred them, sometimes it's worth it because they're, sometimes the DVD transfers weren't so good. But Lawrence of Arabia has a really good transfer. I wonder if they've actually improved the quality of it substantially enough on the Blu-ray to make it worth getting. I also, let's see, what else, other movies have I done like that? I bought Apocalypse Now, I think, on Blu-ray, which I had already on DVD, which also came in one of these really nice boxes, and it was a new transfer. And I got 2001 on Blu-ray, which is a new transfer. Things like that. A few movies I've re-gotten. Mission Impossible, this trilogy, which I just showed you, I originally owned only the first movie on DVD. Now I have it again on Blu-ray. I have sort of a section of retired DVDs that I've replaced with Blu-ray, and sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes not, whatever. But, this Mission Impossible box set was pretty cheap. So, then, moving on. High Noon with Gary Cooper. This is a bit of research, actually. I'm in the process of developing a short Western-themed movie, which maybe I'll tell you more about later. But, this movie, I just saw the cover and I was like, that's pretty badass, so I'm just going to get that no matter what. I haven't seen this yet. Looking for some inspiration for ideas for this movie that I'm going to make. Then, when I was researching that movie, I found out that they had remade that movie. When did they remake this? Maybe in the 80s? No. In the 70s? 1981. Outland is a remake of High Noon, starring Sean Connery. Instead of the Old West, it takes place on a moon of Jupiter. So that sounded pretty awesome to me. And then last of all, The Fly. I don't know why I'd never had this before. I was just perusing Amazon when I was getting that other one, and this one popped up. People who bought this have also bought this, and I was like, damn, that's a really awesome movie that I should buy. So, The Fly. Not the original one, the David Cronenberg version. And that's about it on my DVD update for you today. And I will check back with you later when I have some more DVDs to tell you about. But in the meantime, recently I forgot to tell you that for the last year or 2 years, I've been working on a documentary about a journey that I made to Peru. And so I hope that you guys will check out the trailer for that. I will upload that trailer to YouTube. But in the meantime, you can check out the trailer at this link or down there somewhere. I'm going to put the link into this video somewhere. Check it out. It's on Vimeo. Check out our Facebook page, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. See you next time.